Good morning, students. I have given you two lectures on the chapter 1 of Indian economic development. I have told you about the condition of Indian economy at the eve of independence. In this, I have told you about the agriculture sector, about the industrial sector, about the foreign exchange, foreign trade or export and import of India. In short, yesterday I told you about the agriculture sector or the condition of agriculture sector on the eve of independence in detail. Today I will tell you about the condition of industrial sector on the eve of independence and foreign trade under the British rule. As we, we would discuss industrial sector on the eve of independence, so condition of industrial sector can be described by the term systematic deindustrialization. Systematic deindustrialization means through a system deliberately India's industrial sector was destroyed by the British government. And how it happens? This term describes two ways. In two ways this happens. First of all, decay of world famous handicraft, and secondly, not only established handicraft industries were exploited, but there was bleak growth of modern industry also during British period. Means the केवल handicraft industries का exploitation हुआ, but modern industry which should be established during the British period, it remained in infant stage. How this happens? First of all, I am taking the first point, decay of handicrafts. As I have told you earlier about the discriminatory tariff policy. मैं आपको अपने पहले लेक्चर में भी इसके बारे में बता चुकी हूँ. The British government adopted the discriminatory tariff policy to ruin the handicrafts. This was the one main reason for the decayment of handicrafts. As I have told you earlier, British government imposed heavy duty on the export of handicrafts, while on the other hand, it allowed duty-free import of finished goods to India from Britain. This twofold way decayed the handicrafts. Clear? और इसका result क्या हुआ? The British products start consuming the Indian markets, while the Indian handicraft products started losing their market and they shut down. Clear? The second one is disappearance of princely courts. Princely courts का disappear हो जाना भी handicrafts के finished होने का handicraft industry के ruin होने का एक main reason बना. How it happened? Prior to British rule, there were Nawabs, Rajas and Princes who ruled over different parts of India, and they patronized these handicrafts. इंडिया के डिफरेंट पार्ट्स में राजा, नवाब, एम्परर, किंग, प्रिंस रूल करते थे और वे इन हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स को पैट्रोनाइज करते थे. They give money, they donate money to these handicrafts. And due to these princely courts, Indian handicrafts enjoyed world fame or enjoyed international reputation. But as soon as the British rule started in India, began in India, these princely courts getting disappeared one by one. And the result, the handicrafts started decaying. The next reason, competition from machine-made products. As you know, handicraft means the work done by hands. As all of you know, that machine-made product remain cheaper than handmade products, and also quality-wise machine-made product is better than handmade product or handicrafts. So those machine-made products gave a tough competition in the handicraft market or to the handicraft products in India. Clear? And the result is that Indian handicrafts did not bear this competition and they shut down their enterprises. Indian craftsmen in machine made products के सामने compete नहीं कर सके और उन्होंने अपने enterprises को shut down कर दिया. New pattern of demand is another reason. As you all know, when we come in touch of other persons, that those persons impacted us. Those persons impact us a lot. We got affected by their culture. If we go to other country, if we go abroad, we got affected by the culture and style of that country. And as in the same way, when British rule started in India, a new class of Indian peoples emerged who were highly attracted towards British culture. They adopted British lifestyle, and in the same way, they adopted their dressing sense also. And this changed the pattern of demand against Indian handicrafts, Indian products, and in favor of British products. And the result is decay of handicrafts. And the last is introduction of railway. British government introduced railway in India, but not for the development of Indian handicraft industries. It was only to expand the market for British goods. So With the introduction of railway, size of the market of the low-cost British goods expanded. Before the introduction of railway, although the British goods was cheaper, but they were limited to a small area. But with the introduction of railway, those goods now can be transported to one part to another part of the country or even in the remote parts of the country. And the consequence is perishment of handicrafts. Clear? So briefly we can say that British government converted the Indian economy into a colonial market for the British products. British industrial goods implying exploitation of the Indian market as source of raw material for Britain, as market for finished goods from Britain. Clear? Not only this, they have a Greek growth of modern industry too. And you can see yourself that there were only a few industries which were established by private entrepreneurs, and in this Tata Iron and Steel Company was founded in 1907. Beside this, sugar, cement and paper industries were also established. But why these industries were established? Because at that time, World War II was gone, was in the run, and there was worldwide scarcity of industrial goods. So only a very few industries were established, and these were established by private entrepreneurs. There was no role, no participation or very limited participation of government. Government showed its interest only in the areas which would enlarge the size of market for their goods. गवर्नमेंट ने केवल उन्हीं इंडस्ट्रीज के केवल उन्हीं एरियाज में अपना इंटरेस्ट शो किया जो कि उनके ब्रिटेन के प्रोडक्ट्स के लिए मार्केट को एक्सपेंड कर सकता है, एंड दिस इंक्लूड्स रेलवेज, means of communication, power generation and developments of ports so that British goods can be imported easily by the ports, through the ports. Clear or not, beta? Besides this, there was no capital goods industry established in the country during British period. British period में कोई भी capital goods industry which are the base of other industries, which are the base for infrastructure, were not established during British period. Clear, beta? So in the absence of these industries, Indian industrial sector in India remain lopsided. Lopsided means beta, lopsided means lunj punj, halka fulka, naam ka, for the namesake. Clear beta? So briefly We can say that Indian industrial sector revealed four core characteristics which shows that industrial sector or Indian economy remain backward. As I have told you earlier, handicraft industries was systematically destroyed by the British. Modern industry shows a bleak expansion of bleak growth. It was restricted only to the expansion of railways, and capital good industry was almost non-existent. And all these characteristics pointed the backwardness of Indian economy. Clear or not, beta? Yes. Now, I am coming to my next topic, foreign trade under the British rule. Yes. India had acquired eminence in the area of foreign trade since ancient times. Yani, from the very ancient period, India exported pulses, rice, spices, etc. to different parts of the country, different parts of other countries, or different parts of the world. And India was a well-known exporter of finished goods, which included cotton, silk, textiles, iron goods, wooden goods, ivory work, and so on. But British converted India into a net exporter of primary goods and importer of finished goods. Clear? ब्रिटिश रूल के होते ही शुरू होते ही इंडिया who was the net exporter of finished goods, it converted into the net exporter of primary goods or net exporter of raw material, and also the importer of finished goods from Britain. Clear, beta? Yes. Monopoly control of India's foreign trade. India's foreign trade was basically under the monopoly of Britain government because British ruled over India. So, to which country and from which country export and import would be done was decided only by the British. And due to this monopoly, more than 50% of India's foreign trade was directed only to Great Britain. Clear? And as I told you earlier, that exports of primary products from India supplied input to the British industries, and import of finished goods to India expanded market for British industries. The third one is surplus trade, but only to benefit the British. During the British rule, balance of trade was in favor of India. Means our export exceeded import. But this was not for the growth and development of Indian economy. This surplus trade, this balance of trade in favor of India was only that export of raw material, export of primary goods is greater than import, which shows a high backwardness of the economy. The country which is well developed does export of finished goods to other countries, not the raw material. बेटा ध्यान से समझना इस बात को कि जो डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज होती हैं वे कभी भी प्राइमरी प्रोडक्ट्स का, बेसिक प्रोडक्ट्स का, रॉ मटेरियल्स का एक्सपोर्ट नहीं करती. एंड एज India was the net exporter of primary goods, so it shows its backwardness. Again, the surplus trade should be used for the growth and development of Indian economy, but it didn't happen. It was used only to benefit of the Britain. It was only used to meet the need of the Britain in two ways. This surplus trade was used to meet the administrative expenses of British government in India. British government इंडिया में जो अपने एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को जो सैलरीज देती थी, this was given by this surplus trade only. And not only this surplus trade was also used to meet the expenses of wars fought by British government. Clear, beta? And what was the consequence of all this? Although there was surplus trade, but to meet the administrative expenses and to meet the war expenses, a huge drain of wealth from India. This surplus trade was gone to Britain, and it compounded the backwardness of Indian economy only. I hope that you would understand the topic clearly. Now, study this chapter to this point clearly in the book, and after completing the chapter, I will give you assignment, and you have to write it in your notebook, which I would check when the school is started. Till then, thank you, have a nice day, and please like, share and subscribe my channel also. Thank you. Tomorrow I will give you another lecture on the same chapter. Okay, have a nice day once again.